Hello YouTube, long time no see. This is Dragonclaw here, and I am a gym leader again. I am now representing the Grassfire gym leader, and this is my first gym challenge with this brand new team. This is against All Milk Diet, rising new challenger, just showed up on the scene and is currently doing a pretty good job. So I was a little bit worried facing this team in the beginning. Looking at him, I was quite nervous. His team looks pretty tanky. I wasn't sure what to expect from a lot of them. He's got a couple of good, really key threats to my team. So needless to say, let's just go ahead and get this started. Pardon me if I'm a little rusty on how this battle actually turns out. Let's see. Right, lead Jolteon. So I'm expecting probably Scarf, something along the lines of, obviously the special attacker very fast. I go ahead and send out my Ninetales because I noticed his team didn't have any weather effects and doesn't seem to rely on it, so I go ahead and get my Sun up just so I have the advantage. I stay in because I know it can take pretty much any special move he can throw, and I just go for the Overheat just to throw that out there, see what he's got, and because it's my most powerful attack. And then at this point I realized that did not very much at all, so this tells me that this Togekiss is probably a special tank variety, maybe a Serene Grace attacker. Honestly, not really sure what to expect. So what I did is I was expecting something along the lines of a Thunder Wave or something, so I go ahead and switch into my anti-status Totem here. X-Atu. It does have Magic Bounce, just because it's awesome for Stealth Rocks, and that way I don't have to have an actual spinner. Not sure what he's going to go for. I go for the Trick because I know that since this guy appears to be tanky, it's probably not going to appreciate getting locked into a move. However, he does go straight for the Air Slash, so it's a pretty solid stab. And now I'm kind of on the iffy side. It's like, okay, I just made this guy fairly fast. I'm not quite sure what to do, and he flinched me, and so it does seem like it is a Serene Grace type Togekiss. I was going for the Roost there, and so to try and maybe stall him out, force a switch. But now that I know that thing can do a decent amount of damage, and not a lot of my team can resist it. So I go back into Ninetales here, because I have a little trick up this Ninetales sleeve. And so I go for my Overheat again. Nice solid hit just to get this guy back down again. He goes for another Air Slash, and I do notice that I was faster, so that means my little plan here will succeed. It's a fairly bad plan, but damn it, it's the best I got right now. Power Swap. So now the status of me getting the negative, I can't talk today, the 2 drops from Overheat is now transferred to his Togekiss, which lets me survive that hit. And now I'm back up to full power, so I go for another Overheat. This Ninetales, it's pretty much done for. It doesn't have any recovery options. And so it's, as much as I hate to say this because I love this Ninetales, it's basically fodder at this point. So now, back into my Totem. I know that he can survive at least one hit. He opts to switch out though. I guess he knew that it was going to hurt him a little bit. I do go for the Roost, however, so I got a free Roost. However, I know for a fact that he's probably going to go for a Volt Switch, because it'll hit this guy super effectively, and if I switch, it'll give him the option. However, I really don't want to risk losing Totem right now, because I know he can come in handy for a lot of his later guys. So I go into someone I know who can resist his Volt Switch, and that's Cordilli here, Stumpy. I love this guy. He's actually my favorite fossil. and this is the first chance I've actually gotten to use him in battle. I just really love the design of this guy. And he's got some awesome stats too if you use him properly, and he fit on this team very well. So now he got a free switch, and so he's going to go ahead and set up his Dragon Dance. My guy is physically defensive, so I'm not fearing him too much at this point. So I go ahead and go straight for my hidden power. This actually is a hidden power rock. It's kind of funny how that worked out, but it's actually stronger than ancient power. And so hidden power rock is actually the strongest special rock type move you can get. That Credilli can know, at least. If looking back in hindsight on this one, I should have went for the recover and stalled out his outrage, but I went ahead and did another hidden power just to see what it would do. It didn't get him nearly close enough to killing him. That was definitely a mistake on my part. So now my Credilli's gonna fall here. The good news is that I have someone that can actually kill Dragonite. The only problem is he outspeeds me. This is the biggest mistake I made this battle, in that I was so sure of myself. It's like, oh, I can just send in the Scarfed Chandelure. It can outspeed him, but after a Dragon Dance, I made the mistake of thinking that he could still outspeed him, and now I basically completely gave up my Chandelure, which would have been a very key player in this game. He's my main special attacker, especially now that Ninetales is gone. But luckily, this Breloom here is Focus Sashed, so I know I can at least get one move off. I go for the Spore in case he decided to switch. I knew for sure that I was going to get at least one hit off on this guy. He does go for the Withdraw, though, and goes in for a Reuniclus. I went ahead and switched, though, into the Sawsbuck here, because he's Chlorophyll, so he's going to be faster than whatever they got. I just go ahead and go straight for a Horn Leech. Not quite sure how much damage it'll do. It looks like this guy's pretty defensive, and it turns out he has Signal Beam, and it was just devastating right there. Luckily I did survive it, but that just hurt a lot, and there's nothing I can really switch into for Signal Beam. And I was kind of making, it's like, maybe if I get the Horn Leech off, maybe it'll recover enough damage to where it'll be worth staying in, but no, and Sawsbuck here just falls. So now I send in Breloom again, hopefully to finish this guy off. I know a couple Bullet Seeds, I didn't do the calculations on this, but I know it should do a decent amount. And it only hit twice. I know for sure that the one more hit would have done it, and it would have given me at least a bit of a leg up. But now that he's gotten that recover off, there is no way I can kill this guy in one hit at least. He goes for the Withdraw again, though, now that he's got some HP on him. And yeah, the Arcanine is going to be a very good counter to this Breloom. A Bullet Seed is going to do hardly anything, and especially after the Intimidate. And I went ahead for the Mach Punch, not really sure what to expect, and of course he goes for the Extreme Speed, and down I go. If I still had Chandelure, I probably would have switched into it expecting the Extreme Speed or a Fire Attack, but, you know, I didn't have that option anymore, so that really hurt a lot. I wasn't expecting the Wild Charge, however, so switching in this guy kind of seems like a bit of a mistake, but he is very defensive. He's made that way, and so I was kind of expecting him to survive at least something, but the Wild Charge definitely hurt, being super effective and all. So going ahead for the Psychic, it does take him out. So there's one key threat that's out of there. Goes back into the Jolteon though, and there's really not much I can do at this point. Jolteon greatly outspeeds me. There's not any hope of me staying in for that one. Gets the unneeded crit. Pretty sure it would have taken me out regardless. And there goes the battle. Yeah, it was unfortunate that this was my first ever match as the Grass Fire gym leader, and I go ahead and lose it pretty badly on my part. It was I made that one key mistake with sending out the Chandelure thinking it'd be able to take out Dragonite, but other than that, it was just a fairly rough game on my part, and All Milk Diet played very well. So kudos to him. He's the first recipient of the badge, and yeah, it was a great match. If you guys want to check out our league down at rPokemonLeagueDS, go ahead and head on over to Reddit and we'll check you out and get you all set up. This was Dragonclaw and signing out.